Okay, we about wrapped up the hammers and the whippings. So now I got to move on to the dampeners. That's these things. I'm going to replace the felts on them. I was going to replace the springs. I did buy springs, but after looking at these, I don't see anything wrong with them, and replacing them requires you to drive this out of the flange apparently, and I don't think I want to be doing that. I think they actually are still in good shape. The worst part is the felts. Every time you step on the dampener or the sustain pedal on the right, it activates this. So you can imagine over a piano's lifetime how many times that slides up and down. So it has worn through the felts on most of these. So I punched new felts. I just bought some regular felt and just punched them. And so we'll go through one of these the way I've been doing them. And first thing I do is polish up the metal. A piece of 4/0 steel wool does a good job there. And this one is more for just looks, but the spring, when it slides, you can feel the corrosion, believe it or not, as it slides across the this piece of felt. You can sort of feel it. It's kind of a gritty feel, I guess. So I've been taking it off and not off, but to the side, polishing it as well. And it doesn't take much to clean it up, and it's real smooth at that point. And the glue is pretty well let loose from this. This one's not as bad. Well, it is too. It's about worn through, you can see. But anyway, we're going to replace it with a new one, so we won't have to worry about that. This felt here is when you, I believe this is when you step on the sustain pedal. I think this lifts all of them at once. But even though it has an impression, the felt is still very thick. So I'm going to leave that as well. So wrong tool. Let's see. I'll use this. I don't see my X-Acto nut. Well, there it is. This felt is glued on, as all the other felts are, pretty well. So I try to get all the felt off down to the hide glue without damaging the wood. Okay, and then I'm going to clean it up best I can. You can see this screw here tightens onto this metal rod. That's what holds the head on. That's the metal rod coming through right there, and of course it's just dirty and needs to be cleaned up. So I got these little attachments for the Dremel. I'll just run over this best I can. It's almost like a scuff pad type thing. You'll see that the metal parts, it really makes a big difference on them. It shines the screws up. Okay, just lightly run down. Okay. Then I'll take this brush. This was really dirty a while ago, but most of it's come off, it looks like. Get that cleaned up pretty good. Alright. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put the spring over the side, and I'm adjusting these springs where they're all basically about the same, where they just put pressure, and I don't know if that'll have to be changed, but I've noticed some of them are, you know, some of them already have pressure against that, some of them don't, so they're not uniform now, so I'm trying to get them all to a uniform spot. And I think just with the flange down and that just touching and holding a little pressure against it, if I put them all like that, at least they're fairly uniform. Alright, so then we're going to take this piece of round felt that I punched out. I'm going to put some hide glue in this section, and sort of roll up the felt, lay it in, and then I've got this piece out of a punch set that I put in and press it down into the glue since it's rounded like that, and then I'll set the spring back up on the felt, and now it feels absolutely like glass. There's no discernible roughness at all. It's perfectly smooth. And I'm going to say that you know, on one it's not a big deal, but when you got what, 60, I forget how many of these there are, there's almost 70, and you step on that pedal and it's all multiplied together, then yeah, I think it's going to probably make a difference to have it cleaned up and smooth like that. Okay, so here's the set of felts I bought. That are the same as the originals on this piano. This is the same as the process for gluing on the catcher felts. Just want to be sure I got plenty of glue on. That glue seems like it's not quite hot enough. Okay. There we go. There's another piece down. Just keep moving forward.